Hey folks, it's Florida Deere. Thanks for joining me today. Today is the last installment, part 3 of 3, for this 54 deck rehab video series I have. And this is, as you can see, I've already kind of gotten some of the more simple things going on. They said they could not square this away as much as I asked them to. There was just like, it just wouldn't bend. I don't know, I mean, it ran into something at some point in time. So anyways, I got these back on. These are new, and I reuse these. Same thing on the back. But you can see some of the like corroded parts of the deck. You know, you can see some of the pieces right here. Overall, it was pretty salvageable. Has some spots right here that aren't that great. A couple spots here. I mean, once they get going with the powder coat, it's you know, kind of gets it, you know, pretty heavy. So anyways, installed these. We saw the installment or the replacement of the bearings last time, and so I'll probably grease them one more time. And then we installed the other pulleys here, and I had to work on this one. I kept thinking that was the hole that it needed to go through, but then of course this was bumping into this, and then finally figured out, like, as you look at the alignment here, it's pretty much perfect. So that's obviously what I need to do next. And then I already have these nuts right here and bolts already pre-positioned for the gearbox. So I have to put some fluid in this gearbox. I went ahead and painted it, and it works pretty good. This universal seems to be in good health, and the gears, even though it's dry, you don't really hear too much about it. So that's probably pretty good. And those bolts go here, 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 and here. So you'll notice the difference in the size. This one's been sort of elongated. Let's see, where was it? No, yeah, that one's got to be, no, it's that one and that one, I'm sorry. Those are obviously bigger than these right here and here. And you'll notice that in the size right here as well. That's a much bigger nut, and that's a much smaller nut. Same with the carriage bolts that come with them. So, and that's, I guess, just the way Deere designed it. So I have to put those on. So I will, I don't know if I want to involve this, but this was part of a kit that I got. They came along with the little clip here and these parts right here. And it came with this and this weird thing right here. So you got to be careful when you order parts, because you can, even though I'm allegedly experienced, if I'm not paying attention, I'll be like, oh look, that's a cool little kit I can order and get all the parts I want. And that wasn't true. So this is for like a Sabre or cheaper John Deere version. And this one's not as long as the one that's there, and it's taller in some way, or like this thing has this extra piece right there, where that one, you probably can't see it, that one does not have it. So I ended up reusing the part that was on there. There's nothing wrong with it. This is bolted down nice and securely now with some new hardware, and then this is bolted securely to this, so that is actually in pretty good shape right now. This is really just a piece of junk unless I get a Sabre or other type of John Deere deck that doesn't have a gear-driven gearbox. So I think that's what this is for, along with these other parts right here. So I kind of goofed that up. So just make sure, I would just go through the John Deere Parts Catalog and order the specific parts from the actual thing. So this is 54 and 48 inch, and this is mid-mount mower for the specific tractor, 425, 445, 455. As you can see there, same thing. This is just kind of a blown up picture of the same thing. And there it shows just that little spacer there, plus the bolt, plus the nut, and the little saucer on the top. I don't know what you call that, like this right here. So this sits right there stationary. This one moves according to the spring, and then that basically has everything else done. I haven't put the belt on yet. The belt's sitting right there. And because you kind of have to put the mower deck or the gearbox on at the same time, so we'll do that. And that'll be the next thing I do in the next clip of this video once I get going on that. Okay folks, so I got the gearbox steadied there. It's not bolted down, obviously. Well, I mean, it might not be obvious, but it is if you look at there's no nuts or bolts. I wanted to get the belt squared away, I believe. I always have to look this stuff up. I can never remember what it looks like. So I believe it goes, you know, around here. It comes all the way across here, and then where it goes in through here, and then around there. And then this is just basically very light touch, sort of. I guess enough to, hopefully it tightens up, because it looks like it like makes a mark right here. So maybe once it's tighter, yeah, I guess this when it's tighter, it'll be not hitting that. And then this is loose right now because I don't have the spring on it, but I need to get this anchored down first. This is really, really, really nice. I cleaned everything out, re-greased it, and then cleaned it out again, and it's very, very, well, it won't turn because the belt's on it right now. So same thing with this piece. It seems to be very, you know, very loose. I mean, not loose to where it's bad, but very easy to move. So that's good. Plenty of grease in there. It definitely is, you know, in really good shape. So basically, cosmetically, this deck was just a little rough. And some of these pulleys weren't really too bad, but I figured I would break down everything to get all that silver crap off. And so it's coming together. So I'm gonna bolt this down, get the belt tensioned up with the spring, and then I'll probably finish. The last thing I have to finish, I think, is these things right here. So folks, when you do these kind of jobs, especially when they're spread apart by many months, I forget how everything goes together, at least from memory. I mean, a lot of stuff is pretty easy to figure out, but it's not a bad idea to cheat from the internet. And so I just have pictures and you can take your own pictures of your own deck before you shut it off. I'm trying to think if one of these were one of my pictures. I'm not sure, but anyway, probably not this one with the shields, because I never use the shields. The shields are a way to deteriorate your deck very quickly. Anyways, there's nothing wrong with cheating, and if you think there is, then you just don't have to tell people you cheated. There we go. All right, folks. Well, this is the completed deck, as you can see here. I even have the blades on it, as you can see in this picture. And this is pretty much everything. So there's nothing up here because that just has the hook that goes right there. And I did install these. I did have to use some new, no, shoot. I'm gonna put a washer on there. Must have doubled up the washer. Yeah, I doubled up the washer back there. That was dumb. Anyways, I'll fix that. As you can see here, washer here. This sleeve is kind of shot. Then I have another washer here, and I used a hairpin cotter versus a cotter. So some people might fuss at me about that. If it pops off at some point in time, I'll put a regular cotter pin in, but I like hairpin cotters better. I know the cotter pins are a little more secure. I think you're only supposed to put one sticker here, but they sent me two, and I don't know when the next 10 years, I'll do a 54-inch deck again, so I figured I'd just slap those stickers on both sides. I could have slid this a little further over this way. There's still some spots, still a little bit distance over here. Everything came out pretty good. It's all nice and tight. All the pulleys are really in good shape. And, well, it won't spin because it's sitting on the blades, but this is a new spring. All this is very tight. That's tight. Those are kind of wobbly on the last one, but this I use this bracket again, but all the guts and the hardware and the sleeve and the bearings are all brand new, so that's pretty solid right there. I don't know if these are high strength enough to really take care of this gearbox mounting, but we'll see how that goes. I probably need like grade 5 or 8 or something on that. Those are just sort of cheap ones I found at Ace. Then these will lock the back end. I just need to fix that, make sure that the washer's on the other side. New gauge wheels, although these are old, and this still has to go. When the guy not pressure washes, but powder coats it, it's pretty he goes on pretty thick, so I have to kind of grind stuff through sometimes a little bit. And but that is, you know, pretty nice looking deck. I can't complain. These things work really well. I put the gear lube in there. I use 75/90 because that's what I had. I think it's like 80 W90 is what it technically calls for. I figure that's close enough. Anyways, that is the end of video 3 of this series. If you like this video, if you found it informative, you can hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. And if you wanted to see more videos about the John Deere 1 series or John Deere garden tractors, you can hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.